Hello, my name is Ilona. In this video, I just want to talk a little bit about a video I made in Dutch about the Cliff High video, Chrono Woo, it's called. And he's mentioning about the people that are going to get sick now. We are now in the period that people are going to, leave this plane from the wasp sting, the damage from the wasp sting. So it's very important to understand that that's what we're in now. He also mentions about the agenda that the elite had. They wanted everyone, at least 70%, to get the wasp sting before this for July or around July, and then they had this period from July till October. That's why there were so many mandates, October 15th, to convince the other 30% one way or the other to get a wasp sting, because they knew they're going to be the period that people are going to fall away. And if more and more people will see this, they will connect the dots. They will understand this has to do with the wasp sting. At first they won't, they will try to cover it up. They are actually already doing that in media with the new variant, and they're trying to cover things up. You can see a lot of fear mongering now in the media. In the Netherlands here as well, the hospitals are filling up again, and of course only with people who did not get a wasp sting, although no one is registering anything at our hospitals here. So it's really remarkable that they know this. Maybe they know things we don't know. And then if people who work at the hospitals speak out at the emergency room are speaking out and saying, no, there are more people with wasp stings here than without, they get cut off in the media. No one wants to listen to it. And it's important to realize that we're now in that time. So everything is kind of, the entire agenda they had is messed up because things, didn't really work out. And thank God for that in a way, because otherwise they would have gotten a lot of us. They are still going to, a lot of people are going to leave this plane. It has to do with soul contracts. I advise, especially if you're dealing with people that have gotten the wasp sting, to really take good care of yourself. Vitamin D is very important. There are some supplements which you can support yourself with. I will put that on my Telegram channel, and see if it resonates with you or not, and do your own research. That's the most important thing, because you ultimately know your body best. So see if it resonates with you or not. Very important to keep your vibration high as possible. Connect with your soul, connect with God. That is the utmost importance, and trust that we will get through this. And like they've said before, it's not for everyone, the ending. But we knew this was going to come, and I think most of us are prepared, although I have a feeling it still will be very chaotic, and sometimes, it just can get to you, especially if it's people that concerning your family, your loved ones. You don't know what's going to happen with them. A lot of them got the wasp sting, but you have very different wasp stings out there. So as I've mentioned before, you've got the dark wasp sting. You've got, I think, the whiteheads. The light has done things to certain wasp sting. There are placebos going on. So not everyone that's gotten the wasp sting got the same one. So we won't know what's going to happen. And we just have to trust and take good care of ourselves. Keep our energy as high as possible. If people want help, that's very important. Please be there for them. Of course, if they look at you in a hostile way or think that you should get the wasp sting yourself, just stay away from them, or keep it limited, the time that you spend with them, because we need to keep our energies high. And if people are really dragging our energies, it's important to just for a certain period, if you have to, or just connect with yourself. And of course it's tough when it's family, and certain people can be very let's say, have a different perspective. Just see how you can keep yourself in a high vibration, and see if it resonates with you or not, to spend a lot of time with these people. I suggest to limit it, and to really take care of yourself and take care of your energy. I also got that from the card reading, that this is really the time that a lot of people will leave. And it all has to do with soul contracts, things that are happening now. It has to do with, of course, the vibrational changes. So a lot of things are happening. And I just want to take a look at the global energy of what is going to, what's going on? Where are we now? There is a lot of buzzing going that the light could be turned red, so to speak. So this weekend, something could happen. I do not, how do you say that, promote any dates. I have a feeling there's something could happen, but it could change at the last minute. There have been a lot of dates out there, and especially in the beginning, I've had that feeling, oh, what's going to happen, and then nothing happened. So just keep it in mind, be prepared, it could happen, but don't live by it. Just live the life, just continue what you usually do. Just make sure that you, of course, have your preparation just in case something happens. Like I said, some food, some supplies, make sure that you're going to be all right, and your loved ones are going to be all right, your pets. The energy is so massive right now. We had the full moon in Aries at the 20th of October. A lot of things are happening. The ascension symptoms are increasing, so you can get very tired. Things are changing vibrational in our body, so we will have that effect. All things that we don't want to look at, pain, hurt, short fuses, things can come up now. It's time to heal. It's time to raise our energies ourselves and connect with ourselves. So this time is very heavy also on our pets, on the animals. They are very sensitive. They usually sense things before things are going to happening, like storms. You can, maybe they are very, how do you say that? They're restless. Just try to support them in a way by being as grounded as possible. That's the best way to, how do you say that, navigate through this period, is to be connected with yourself, be grounded, because that will help the people around you, animals around you, your surroundings. It's so important to ground yourself, to really connect with yourself and everything that can come up. Negative emotions, positive emotions, don't push negative emotions away. Just see them for what they are. Feel through them and transform them. That is so important now, to raise our energies, because really people will need us. When things are really going to start turning, there's going to be a lot of confusion. There could probably be a lot of anger if people start to realize obviously what's happened. So we really need to be there. So we need to prepare ourselves and be ready for what's coming. And most of us are. I'm just going to see what the energy is right now globally. Let's see. This is the card above. Oh, it's upside down. I have accidentally turned everything upside down. That is interesting. So everything is on hold, I think, but this is a possible yes. So I'm just going to keep it upside down. This is the Two of Wands. This is the Five of Wands for the past. So the Two of Wands is the central card. Card underneath is the Six of Wands. And this is the Four of Wands. This is interesting. This is the future. So everything is still on hold. So in this case, it fits very much with how I feel. I feel it could happen. Like I said, if it would turn upside down, that would be yes. So it could happen in a minute, just like that. So things are in position, so to speak. But like I've said before, the green light has to be given. And right now, everything is on hold. Even the central card, which is of course all upside down, means that it's still on hold. This is the card for not deciding, of that person hasn't made a decision yet. So it's still on hold. It is still on hold. It's very interesting that this is happening, because if it's a go, then they will be victorious. We already know. We know the light has won. We know the light has won, and that is so important. So once they get into action, and I'm talking about the military, I do believe that that's going to be the first next, how to say that, move. There was I've read somewhere that the financial system was going to go first and then the military, but now things have changed. Of course, see if it resonates with you or not. That is kind of my feeling, that probably the military will step in first. And if they do, they obviously are going to be victorious. That's what this card is about, victory. And very interesting, because this is on hold as well. The future will be a completely new community, a harmonious community. That's what we're working towards. That's really what we want. We still have a lot of work to do, and it's going to be so important to really step into your authority. I know I sound like a broken record, but still, it's so important. That's our part. We have to do that part. You can just see, as you know, we can talk about the white hats and the, of course, the black hats, or the light and the dark in a way. You can just see this. The dark was everywhere. They pretty much controlled everything for a long time, because they took over our educations, our legal system, our financial system. They took over everything. But something changed. The Great Awakening happened. That is that the vibration is changing. We are changing. We are locking in higher, how to say that, energies. And that's why everything is changing. So of course there would be a response to that. Like, we manifest through our energies. So when we are changing the energies from dark to light, so to speak, we're of course going to get a representation of that in the outside world. So people stepped up from the military, from offlanders who mean well towards us. They stepped up and stepped in that position because we as a people created that. We have, in essence, created this light. We created the manifestation. We made it possible. There are timelines that are really awful, because in that time that didn't happen. So in our timeline, we managed to open that up. We did that with our vibration. So we really need to keep that up. That's why we can say that the light has already won, because in essence, the light has already won in ourselves. We are already opening up for the light. So the dark won't be able to go anywhere. They won't be able to hide. There is nowhere to go for them. This is a beautiful reading. Like I said, it's on hold. It can happen any minute, but it could also take some time. And I know no one wants to hear that. I don't want to hear that either. I'm just like, let's go, let's go. Things need to be in place. Like I've said before, this is a humongous war. This isn't something small. So things need to be carefully thought out. And the dark head, so to speak, the dark side can still do damage, and the light just wants to make sure that they won't be able to do so. So everything can change in a moment. Like I said, I'm not going to put out a date. Just be prepared. That's it. And just live your life and keep your vibration high. Light has won. That's the most important thing. And trust that. Trust your soul and trust God. I'd like to leave it at that. Bye.